Hello guys, and welcome back to another beautiful tutorial. In today's video I am going to show you how to make this adorable baby girl outfit that is super easy to make. So whether you're a beginner or already into fashion designing, you will love how simple and how stylish this project is. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so if you haven't subscribed, kindly hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell to be the first to get notified whenever I upload a new video. This video is so detailed, and do not forget to leave a comment, say something, and give this video a thumbs up if you find it helpful. Without wasting much of our time, let's dive into today's tutorial. I made use of crepe fabric and I have half yard for each. You also need an elastic and your buttons. So we'll start by sewing the shorts first. So I have two fabrics for the back and the front, and then the width is 20 while the length is 14 inches. So go ahead and mark out your desired length. So it is right side facing right side, and I folded it into two like this. Okay, and we'll begin to draft. So on this open side, that's the open side. Okay, so on fold I have 10 inches for the width and 14 inches for the length. So we'll be taking our measurements now. So the first measurement I'll be taking is 3 inches. This will be where we'll insert our elastic and have that rushed effects. Okay, so I'll just mark out 3 inches, and this is it. So all our measurements will be taken from these 3 inches now. Okay, so now from this 3 inches mark, I'm going to mark a length of 10 inches plus 1 inch, making 11 inches. So what I marked here is 11 inches. Okay, 1 inch is for the folding allowance, and then from this folded side, the folded side, I'm going to mark 8 inches. And then from here I'm going to mark the length of the crotch, which is 8 inches, like this, and I'll just connect it into a straight line like this. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is to mark 1.5 inches outward as the crotch extension, and I just draw out the curve just like this. Okay, and then on the length of the shorts I marked 8 inches, and I'll connect it all the way like this. So before I cut it out, I'm going to extend this line upwards. So now I'm going to proceed to cut this out. So that's all for the drafting of the short. So we'll now start sewing it. So when I open it up, this is what it is looking like. So I'm going to just use ½ inch to stitch from here down to the crotch like this, and I'm going to repeat the same thing for this other side. After doing that, I'm going to fold the bottom part of this short. Okay, I'll just fold it into two like this and secure it down. So I've stitched it, as you can see, and I have neatly stitched the bottom part as well. So I'll flip it over just like so, and then after doing that, you flip it like this, and we'll stitch from the middle down to the length, from the middle down to the other side of the length like this. Okay, so that's what I will do. After doing that, that 3 inches that I marked when we were drafting it out, so I'm going to mark it here as well. Okay, so that I get an accurate measurement. So fold in the 3 inches just the way you see me doing. Okay, make sure it is the 3 inches. You can measure it to be sure. Okay, so I'll fold in the 3 inches like this, and then after folding I am going to fold the edges of it just the way you see me doing, and I'm going to stitch on that edge. Okay, I'll just fold it like ½ inch, and then I'll stitch on it all the way around. So this is what I have after I was done, but I left an opening, as you can see, so I forgot to mention that. So I'll check again to see. So you can see I have 3 inches, so I folded it well. So ensure you leave a small opening for your elastic to pass through. So from here I am going to mark 1 inch. This 1 inch is what will separate where the elastic would be from the ruched effect. So I just marked 1 inch, and I'm going to mark this 1 inch all the way around the short. Okay, so after marking, I'll now go ahead and stitch on that 1 inch mark. The one that I just marked, I will go ahead and stitch on it all the way around. I am done, and this is what I have. Can you see? So I'll flip it back to the wrong side, and that's my opening, right? So this is the elastic I'll be attaching, okay, to it. So the length of my elastic is 17 inches. Okay, so I'm going to use my pin to insert it into the shorts. Okay, so I'm inserting it into the shorts just like this. All right, and when I get to this side, I'm going to just pull the elastic out like this, and I'm going to stitch on the elastic, just the elastic. And then I stitched on it and I closed the opening that I have, and this is what it is looking like. So now we'll create the belt loop. To do that, I have this to be 5 inches and 1.5 inches by width. I'll fold it once like this, fold it again, and then further fold it again, just the way we create our normal belt loops. Okay, and this is the belt that I'll be using. Okay, the width is 4 inches, and then the length that I have here is around 40 inches. You can make yours to be longer. Fold it into two like this and just stitch it all the way down. The more longer your belt is, the more it will be easier for you to style it. Okay, just what we have on the thumbnail, so you can make it longer like I said. So I'll just stitch it. So I've stitched the belt loop. Okay, so now I'm going to cut it into two. So I have two like this, and I'll just place it on the side of these shorts, just by the side. I will attach one here. I'll just place it like so, and then I'll use my machine to secure it down, and I'll attach the other one by the side. You can as well attach this belt loop all over the shorts. Okay, it depends on what you want. So I've attached mine on just the two sides, and that is okay for me. But like I said, you can attach wherever and however you want it to be. And this is all for the short parts. Okay, so this is all for it, and now I'm going to just keep that aside. Now for the top, what I have for the length of this top is 10 inches, so I'm going to mark out 10 inches. And then for the wideness, I have 8 inches here. Okay, so now I'll start measuring. So first 10, I'm going to mark the shoulder of 4.5 inches, and then an armhole of 4.5 inches, and I'll connect it into a straight line like this. Alright, on the chest line I am going to use 7.5 inches, and then on the waist I am going to use 7 inches, and I'll just connect the armhole, and then I'm going to connect the side as well. So this is what I have for now, so I'll just proceed to cut this out. So now from this top part, I'm going to take away 3 inches because we'll be attaching a strap to that. So I just marked 3 inches, and I'll take out that 3 inches. And then from this armhole side, I came in by 1/2 inch. I just reduced the armhole by 1/2 inch, and I'm going to just cut this out. So this is what I have for both the front and the back. So I've cut out this strap for the armhole. Okay, the width is 1 inch, while the length depends on the armhole circumference. So I'll place it right side facing right side like this, and I'll stitch it all the way down. After stitching, this is what I have. So I'm going to cut out this excess, Then I'm going to fold it just the way we stitch bias. Just fold it like this and stitch it all the way down. You have to be careful so that it will be neat in front. So this is what I have after I was done. So now I just picked one of the top and I folded it into two and notched the middle part like this. And then this is what I have, right? So I have this strap to be 2 inches wide and the length is longer than the length of my top. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to iron it, fold it by 1/2 inch on the two sides and give it a good press. After doing that, I am going to now attach it on the middle of this top. Okay, the one I notched, I'll attach it on the middle and stitch by the side, the two sides, and I'll cut out the excess. And this is what I have after I was done. Now you can attach your buttons. Okay, so after doing that, I'm going to fold the top part of this. Okay, just fold it into two and stitch it all the way down. I'll repeat the same thing for this. And then this is the ruffles that I'll use. Okay, what I have here is around 40 inches and the length is 3 inches. So I'm going to fold one of the rough edges inwards and stitch on it, and then I'll run a gathered stitch on the other side. Okay, so this is the gathers. Okay, I've stitched the top part of the top and this is the gathers. Okay, I folded one side, hemmed the bottom part, and I'm going to just flip it like so, and then I'm going to stitch it down like this. Okay, on the top. So I'll just place the gathers like this and I'm going to just stitch it all the way down. Okay, so that's what I am going to do, and this is what I have after I was done. You can see how beautiful this is looking like. So this is the strap. What I have for the length is 7 inches, and then I have 2 inches for the width. You can make your own strap wider. Fold it into two and stitch it down and bring it out to the right side just like this, and then I'm going to place it underneath the dress like so. Can you see what I'm doing? Underneath the dress, and I'm going to stitch it down. After stitching that side, I'll repeat the same thing here. I'll place it underneath the dress like this, and this is what I have after I was done. Now I am going to flip it over and stitch it by the side all the way down. Okay, and that's basically it for this dress. Okay, so I also attached the buttons, and this is it for this dress. So I'm going to overlock all the rough edges of this dress. Okay, it makes your work look very neat, but it is optional though. So guys, that is basically it for this tutorial. I hope you find it helpful. If you have any question, suggestion, leave it in the comment section. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next one. Do not forget to subscribe if you're yet to do so, and turn on your notification bell to be the first to get notified whenever I upload a new video. If you like videos like this, let me know in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye bye.